The PFL has finally released Patricio Pitbull. Long-standing, long-reigning featherweight champion. Did have some ups and downs in between there, but this guy has been around the block in Bellator forever. Has the most title fights, tied with John Jones at 13 right now over in Bellator. He was the double champ for the featherweights and the lightweights. This guy has been around the block, seen everything, heard everything, done everything, competed in every type of bout, gone down to bantamweight. This guy's done it all. And over the past couple of months, he has been fighting back and forth with Don Davis and the PFL, fighting to get out of his contract. They were holding him on for too long. They were drawing him out for too long, and they've been stalling him out for months now. We know that he would like to fight in the UFC. Let's see and take a look back at everything that has happened over the past 24 hours. So Patricio Pitbull started with this. Self-called co-leader in MMA and Fighters First organization, the PFL, is cutting a bunch of fighters and forcing others to take pay cuts of up to 70%. No respect for fighter contracts and what they've accomplished. He continues. The self-called Fighters First organization is changing its contracts so it's impossible for fighters to be free agents and to leave on free agency, also tying down fighter payments for many years and taking away all their leverage. The so-called co-leader in MMA is ghosting some fighters and managers, I expected that includes himself, and leaving them with no answers while other owners make silly and disrespectful posts on social media. Don Davis, of course, Don Davis is now seen as a clown and a buffoon to many in the MMA world. Don Davis responds in kind to another public outburst from Patricio with this: "We are releasing Patricio Pitbull. PFL MMA is all about opportunity." Yeah, you're all about opportunity in that you've wasted 9 months of this man's career, right, Don Davis? I founded this company to create new great opportunities for top fighters. PFL has and will continue to do that for all top fighters who want to be here. You didn't really found this organization. You purchased it from the World Series of Fighting, Mr. Don Davis. Patricio continued, "As much as I appreciate an earlier termination of my deal and a waiver of the exclusive negotiation period, you are still retaining matching rights, so I'm not exactly free. You can wait to match those contracts that Patricio could get offered from elsewhere for up to 12 months. So let's see if that gets broken up. And we'll see in just a second that it did, thankfully. So Patricio went out on Twitter and said, "Hey, Volkanovski, I'd like to fight you next." He won an aerial show yesterday and said he'd like to fight Topuria, Diego Lopez, jump in there against some of the best fighters in the UFC. This would be very interesting considering Patricio is winding down in his career. He's now 37 years old. He just took almost a year off, so is his body back in better condition? We will wait and see. Reached out, put out the information that Patricio has yet to receive his full unconditional release with the matching rights waived by the PFL per his team. This was 10 o'clock late last night on the East Coast. So still, after a lot of negotiation going on between Patricio and Don Davis and the whole management crew, he has still not been given a full freedom, okay? So this means that even if Pitbull wanted to sign with the UFC tonight, he couldn't without the PF saying, "We're not matching this." They told him that they would waive this yesterday, but his team says no paperwork has yet to indicate this. So Don Davis and the PFL told Patricio over a day ago that they were going to release him, and only within the last few hours has Ariel come out and said via Patricio that they still have not gotten this official release. So we will have to wait and see what happens with this. It's still unfolding, still getting updated with every hour. Patricio, I'm sure, is getting more and more frustrated, less and less frustrated, depending on what information comes out and gets revealed to him. He spoke to Ariel and said that his management team is going out to Las Vegas to meet with some kind of crew out there with the PFL. So we will just have to wait and see what happens. Will Patricio Pitbull sign with the UFC? Will he get out of his contract? And will he be a free man?